There would be nights where I would cry out to him and ask him, Lord, just take the pain. I just want to sleep. And he was right there. In those moments, I knew Jesus was real. And there was joy in being able to just experience this deep intimacy in the middle of pain.
So we swam super well last week. I'm excited to watch you guys race today.
Associate head coach Jessica Barnes has been quietly working behind the scenes of the Liberty Swimming and Diving program for almost 2 decades.
Did 1-9.
But beneath that reserved demeanor,
Let's go!
she's always been a tenacious competitor with a strong, godly work ethic.
Worship doesn't change our circumstances, but it changes us.
I just loved being able to push myself to the edge and see how hard I could work.
But that would all come to a halt in December of 2023 after one test.
My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was a senior in college, and so I knew that this was something that would be on my radar one day.
Jessica and her doctor believed the time had come to begin breast cancer screenings, but after setting the appointment, she realized she'd made a mistake.
Wait a minute, I have my mom's birth year wrong, and I have it wrong by 10 years.
This slip-up would start screenings about 1.5 years early, but Jessica believed it wouldn't be an issue.
I had no concerns. I went into the appointment just, okay, this is a normal screening. They're going to do a mammogram and an ultrasound. And I was praying for the other women who were going to sit in this room and maybe hear the bad news.
After the initial test, the doctor explained that a mass was found and more tests were needed.
I was in shock. It wasn't until I got into my car that it kind of hit me. And I remember just sitting there, just crying in my car. I decided that I need to take some time for myself. And as I was driving, I just remember hearing the words, "Trust me." And I knew that God was speaking in that moment. And then I also heard him say, "Jessica, you're not done sharing Jesus with people." Even if this was going to be cancer, that God was going to be with me in it. And so I tried to keep my focus on this is about what he's going to do through me and what I'm going to be able to share with other people, knowing that he was the one, right, who had me have the mind slip with my mom's birthday. I don't believe that that was a coincidence. I believe that was God orchestrating everything in that moment.
Over the next several months, Jessica would continue to seek God's counsel and update friends and family on the news. She would also endure multiple scans and biopsies. And when the test results were complete, they would confirm the disease.
Stage 1 invasive ductal carcinoma, which means that the cancer had started to spread a little bit into the tissue. How do you tell these 30 women that you have cancer and not have them worry about you, have them continue to do what they need to do?
It was a shock because of how healthy she always has been, but also her perspective on it was always wanting to render all of it back to the Lord and give him glory no matter what the road was going to look like.
Jessica would have surgery to remove the tumor and soon after start chemotherapy, a treatment that she was reluctant to endure.
There was going to be things that I was going to have to surrender to the Lord. And the biggest thing is, yes, the hair loss. And that was scary to me. Every time I would try to wash my hair would just be falling out. When I finally made that decision that, okay, it is time to shave my head, I knew God wanted me to do this, but I really wanted to still have control over part of this journey. I really didn't know what the Lord was going to have in that moment. It just became this moment of worship and an offering to Jesus. I walked in full of fear and worry, but I left finding so much freedom in Christ, knowing that It isn't about what I look like. It's not about my hair, but it was about what the Lord was doing. And it wasn't something that I myself could have ever orchestrated. That was only the Lord's doing.
The cancer treatments continued, but the next wave of side effects crippled her.
It was hard. I had just really intense bone pain that I'd never experienced before. And then the fatigue was something that they told you you're going to be tired, but it's a different level of fatigue. There would be nights where I would just be weeping in bed, just in pain. But in the middle of this deep suffering, Jesus never left my side. And I would cry out to him and ask him, Lord, just take the pain. I just want to sleep. And he was right there. And it didn't always take the pain away, but I could feel the presence of Jesus in that room. In those moments, I knew Jesus was real, and that was the joy. I could picture him sitting on the bed with me, comforting me, and knowing that Jesus is there in the middle of the hardest moments of my life. And there was joy in that, and there was joy in being able to just experience his presence, experience this deep intimacy in the middle of pain.
After 20 rounds of radiation therapy and 4 cycles of chemotherapy, Jessica finally received the news that her cancer was in remission.
It was overwhelming to think I did this.
Finding out that Jessica was cancer-free was just such an answer to so many prayers.
8-8 with a 1-6 tempo.
Even through the journey and even through the hardships, her smile never left her. And it was just as if she had this internal radiant joy of the Lord always just on display.
God is inviting us into a journey with him. And sometimes that journey, there are things that can bring a lot of joy, but there's other times where God is inviting us into some really hard things. And when he invites us into those hard things, if we lean in to what he has, we get to experience a deeper intimacy with him, and we get to deepen our trust with him. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, and do not panic before them. For the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. And this verse would be a verse that I would just cling to. This wasn't about the cancer, but it was about deepening my trust and my faith in who he was and who his character is. And what I was reading in scriptures, like Jesus became real to me in a very hard season and walking through the valley with him. And he walked all the way through that valley with me.